from the Workplace Ninja Summit in Lucerne. Highlights, insights, and simply interesting talks. This is the Workplace Ninja Podcast.
And we're here at the Workplace Ninja Summit 2024 in Lucerne, together with the Danish community. My name is Frans Oudendorp, and I'm hosting a short interview together with the Danish people. So I have with me Peter.
Yes, hello. My name is Peter Smith, and I'm part of the Workplace Ninja in Denmark.
In Denmark. Ronnie?
Yes, I'm also part of the Danish user group, Workplace Ninja. I've been working with Peter and Jesper for quite some time now. So and we mainly do online events. So it's really nice to be here in Lausanne, where everything is physical.
Finally,
yes.
And Jesper?
Yeah, these guys already said it. I'm Jesper. I work with this guy for the Workplace in Denmark. And I agree with Ronnie. Being face-to-face is awesome.
Yeah, because you're running a virtual community in Denmark. What are the benefits for running a community virtual? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Well, I can share my opinion. It's quite easy to be part of. You can do it from wherever you are, compared to you have to meet up somewhere. So I think we have quite a large audience every time we run it online. And another benefit, having speakers from all over the world is also a privilege we have.
Yeah. And how is that for you, Peter?
Yeah, on that part, I fully agree with Jesper. I think one of the main goals of going down that path was to make it more flexible for everyone, especially for the attendees, but also both for ourselves and also for getting speakers on board.
Yeah. Jesper, you're an attendee and sponsor, I guess. How is that for you to be here physically?
Oh, it's awesome! It's awesome. It's like being in a rock concert. All the rock stars are here. People you see in online communities, you read their blogs, etc. You actually have a chance to have a go and chat with them, and that is just an amazing part. On top of good sessions and the whole community spirit, it's just awesome here in Lucerne.
Yeah. Ronnie, we talked a bit on that already in the Workplace Ninja podcast. How is that to be a speaker on this kind of event?
Oh, it's amazing because we we just talked about our community is mainly virtual.
Yeah.
Of course, we attend all the user groups and other events, but it's really a different thing, and you can feel your heartbeat a little bit stronger when you're on stage, and you can see the audience, and and you can hear people laugh if you're telling a good joke or something like that. So the feeling that you get as a speaker is completely uncomparable to when you do something online.
Yeah.
And it's also easier to get good questions from the audience, and being engaged, and just the small things like attendees coming up after the session, asking questions. It's just really good.
Yeah. And Peter, I think one of the evenings was filled with a community evening together with the Dutch guys and the Belgium guys. How was that for you to organize that, to get all the attendees from Denmark in one place, so to say?
Yeah, it was a pleasure to work with the fellows from the Netherlands as well, and doing this joint event. We wanted to team up and do sort of a Danish evening, get a social gathering, but I think we quickly found out together with the other Dutch guys and Belgium to join up and do it together.
Why is it important to bring the specific Danish people together? We did it at the Netherlands as well, but why, from your perspective, why is it so important to be that community, to bring that from a local perspective, to bring that together?
Again, I think it's part of the community. We want to have that strong community where it's easy to share knowledge, get familiar faces around, and even though it's not a huge event like this. There are quite a number of Danish attendees, but in the hallways you don't see all of them. So getting together in an evening like that is a good opportunity to do something else for the community.
Yes, but also from a sponsor perspective, how important is the community?
Well, it's extremely important. I can't, say that strong enough. It's the best thing, and being able to, as Peter said, meeting people and just inviting them over in a bar, and people just show up. No other particular reason, that just because that's what we want to do. So just the whole community, talking to people, meeting new people, making new friends. That's just the best thing about being in person.
And from a sponsor perspective, do you get things out of that for the business?
Properly, but I'm not here to get a job or anyway get a task done. I'm here to meet people, and eventually they might call me and say, "You said something smart when we met in Lucerne. Could you help us with something?" So, maybe, but that's not the primary reason we're here. But of course, there's a bit at that as well.
There's always, but it's important what you say. If you're knowing people, maybe not next week, but maybe over a year, they can benefit from that.
I meet people here at the WP Ninja Summit. I only meet here, even Danish people, and I think that's also. But never see them back home. But still, being here repeatedly, it's just awesome because you start, getting a good feeling, not only for Danish people, but for people that you met before, and I think that's a good relationship to have. Anything to add, Ronnie? A lot, probably. Yeah.
No, I think it's. I think they said it all. I think it's a really great event. And to add on top of the Danish community thing that we did last night, I think it's important for people in general to meet with other people who has the same challenges, to share experiences, and sometimes that's easier to do in your native language, where you can openly discuss, and of course make friends and find people who has maybe. Something that you can talk to when you get back home, and say maybe you can network with them in a different way. Organizations who can learn from each other. That's what the community is all about, right? Yeah. Sharing your experiences and share your failures, so others can benefit from it.
And the big difference is to be here physical, everything, it's international, so everything is in English. You're the local virtual ones. Are they in English or in Danish?
That depends.
All of the introduction and all the general sessions will be delivered in Danish if the presenter speak Danish. Yeah. But of course, if we have international guests, they will of course speak English. Of course, for various reasons, right? But the main thing was that we had a lot of feedback on why don't you do this in English, because the reach, the audience would go much broader. Yeah. But we also feel that if you have a session that you deliver in Danish, you will have a lot more people coming off mute, asking questions, being more confident with asking questions when they can do it in their native language, so they can express themselves. Of course, we also have questions when it's in English, but
people find it harder to do that.
Yeah, and it's you won't get all people to ask questions if it's in English.
So if you're from Denmark, if you want to join them, how can I find you?
Oh, we are many places. We have a website, VP Ninjas DK. We have a meetup site. We have a sessionized site, actually, if you want to submit sessions.
I need to do that.
You need to do that, yes. And
definitely.
And actually, we are working hard to get also very short sessions because some of the members, they are local admins, and they might have something small tools or scripts or something that they have built. So we tried also to make room for small sessions where people can go in for 10 minutes and say, hey, I built this great tool on top of something to solve an issue, and it doesn't have to be a 45-minute session.
No.
You can just share your knowledge.
What would be your message, Jesper, to the Danish people?
Join in. that's the only message I have, Johnny.
Come on.
It's an awesome place to be. It's an awesome place, as Ronnie said, to share our knowledge. Even if you're a seasoned speaker or never tried to have a speech before, we have room for everybody, and it's awesome just to have that community and share experience without having any sort of second thoughts or I'm scared to ask anything. We have this really open community. So.
And I can ask, add to that, from we in the Netherlands doing that, also giving the podium to people who wants to speak, who never done that, keep it low, join in, you get the experiences, and probably next year or in 2 years you can present here.
Exactly.
Let's do that. Thank you, guys. Hopefully, everyone will join the Danish meetup virtually, and let's see what's next on the Workplace Ninja Summit in 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.